Diddy has officially been transferred to FCI Fort Dix in New Jersey, a low-security federal prison that's more like a dorm-style camp than a real cell block. Legal experts say this move wasn't random. It's all about connections, influence, and keeping Diddy comfortable. Judge Aaron didn't even recommend Fort Dix, yet the Bureau of Prisons still approved it, raising major questions about how much pull Diddy's lawyers really have behind the scenes. His team claims Fort Dix is ideal for rehabilitation and family visits, but critics say it's really about maintaining control and access near New York, where his empire, influence, and alleged victims all are. Meanwhile, reports say Diddy's already experienced a close call inside, with an inmate allegedly pressing a knife to his neck. Now his lawyers are spinning it, warning he'll have a target on his back. But most people online are calling that damage control, saying it's ironic. The man accused of violence now fears that himself. His release is currently projected for May 8, 2028, though his lawyer insists it'll be much sooner. Whether that's truth or PR fantasy, only time will tell.
As of now,
right.
Can we see it being sooner than that? I know it's a tricky question.
I think it'll be. I think it's a fair question. I think it'll be sooner than that.
Okay.
How much sooner than that? I don't know. There are a lot of variables.
Okay.
We just want to kind of get him situated where he's going to be, get him comfortable. The MTC is. The people there have done the best they could to take care of him.
Right.
But he's going to go on to another facility, and I have no doubt he'll be a perfect prisoner, and I have no doubt that he'll get out as soon as the system lets him.
Can you tell us more about the incident with the knife? I know Brian still mentioned it during the sentencing, and we're hearing more about it now. Is that person being charged, or is there something?
I don't know, honestly.
Okay.
I don't know. He had very, very few negative incidents. I mean, he really, I think, was just an outstanding, inmate, and had great kind of restraint and circumspection throughout his time there. That's what I've heard from all the folks at MDC.
Right.
I don't know what's going to happen to this person, though.
Okay, how is Sean himself?
He misses his family terribly.
Right.
He misses his children. He misses his mother. He is anxious to get out, and I really believe he has a wonderful series of chapters, hopefully many, many chapters in the rest of his life. He deserves to have life after this. I'm grateful for the jury for giving him that opportunity, and I think he's going to make the most of it.
Make the most of it. He better hope those inmates ain't having a welcome home freak off when he gets to Fort Dix. Anyway, you guys, what do y'all think? Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm gonna try to go live later on tonight. If not, we're gonna have a fun going live tomorrow. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
After years of rumors and investigations, Diddy is finally behind bars. Many celebrities had warned the industry about his dark behavior long ago. What once were whispers are now undeniable truths, and insiders claim another big name could be next.
Motherfuckers be gay in Hollywood, you never expected. They be having these big ass mansion parties, and the mansion party, the whole mansion is a party, and then it's a separate party in the little rooms. I ain't been famous that goddamn long. I'm excited in a motherfucker to be at the mansion party. You be looking at all the goddamn rooms, and you fuck around and look in the wrong room and shit. Come here. Is that two niggas kissing? Is one of them niggas Professor Obi?
Comedian Cat Williams was one of the first to openly expose Diddy. He'd been collecting dirt for years, confirming what others were afraid to say. Even singer Aubrey O'Day revealed how Diddy punished anyone who dared to say no to him.
There are so many witnesses. There are so many victims. Now, if or if not there were to be any type of investigation occurring, no victim should be or can communicate with other victims. And so victims are likely not communicating with victims. But a lot of people that know things or that are building things or whatever do reach out, do tell you everything. Sometimes they'll just write everything. I mean, I receive information whether I want to or not. But I've erred on the side of stepping away from the movie that's being made. And I don't mean that literally, I mean that metaphorically. The movie of Diddy that's being painted right now, and I come back to myself, what I know to be true, what I know I witnessed, what I have receipts of.
You want to show all your skin. You want to be naked. But the whole concept of Danity Kane was like, when it comes together, it's one.
Puff's going hard on the group, and then all of a sudden he singles me out and starts going on and on about how unhappy he is with me. And I just feel like nothing that I do, he's ever happy with.
Can I ask a question? What do you want to look like, though? Do you want to look like a Playboy playmate? Do you want to look like you?
Puff, I'm done with all of that.
No. Like, what do you want to look like, though?
I'll tell you.
What do you want to look like, though?
I'll tell you. I'm not focused on me. I'm focused on what this group should look like and how I should fit in this situation.
You like big hair, though.
I don't
you
like
do
big hair.
like big hair. You like big hair. You like a lot of makeup and all that.
Actually, I don't. I don't like big hair. I don't like certain makeup. I'm very flexible with what you want to do, and I've worked with everything that you've thrown at me.
I'm not seeing the flexibility. You gaming me.
Aubrey O'Day, once part of Donity Kane, accused Diddy of manipulation and emotional abuse. She said her firing wasn't about music, it was about control. Refusing Diddy's demands meant losing her career.
Why somebody would want to fire somebody.
Can you give us a little?
I wasn't willing to do what was expected of me. Not talent-wise, but in other areas.
And were other girls doing?
I was the only one that was in those types of positions.
Wow.
I'm a very strict and focused businesswoman because working for Diddy for 6 years trained me to have to be perfect.
Working for Diddy?
Absolutely.
I love Diddy. You know, he's a good friend of mine. He's a good guy.
He expects...
Is he a good guy?
I don't want to answer that question.
Oh, wow. I think he's a good guy. I'm going to
After Diddy's arrest, Aubrey shared a message warning young artists to walk away at the first red flag. She said no dream is worth being exploited, and those in power often escape real consequences, urging others to protect themselves first.
Tell me about the sympathetic days to Diddy. What does that look like when you have a moment of feeling bad for the guy?
It wasn't all bad, but I don't know that any of the good was real.
Former Danity Kane singer Aubrey O'Day breaking her silence amid Sean Diddy Combs' trafficking and racketeering trial, revealing she is not going to testify.
I was contacted by Homeland Security, and I did have a meeting with Homeland Security.
At any point did they tell you, we're considering you to testify, we're considering your evidence that you've given us in the trial?
They tell you keep discretion with your meeting with us, obviously, because the trial has taken place.
Some people saw that you were going to be in New York, and they immediately started jumping to conclusions. Are you here to testify in the Diddy trial?
No, I'm not here to testify for the Diddy trial.
Instead, the singer will cover the trial for a podcast produced by Amy Robach and TJ Holmes.
Is he a threat to people if he is out of prison?
I can give you a few examples of why I would lean toward yes on that.
I could be here all night telling you about my experiences. I could write a book one day, and I probably will.
In a statement to ET, Aubrey says, quote, "While I have not currently been asked to testify, this trial is long overdue as I've been speaking the truth about Diddy for 20 years now." Adding that my sincere hope is that justice will prevail and for there to be further systemic changes within the music industry to prevent all forms of abuse from those in a position of power.
R&B star Usher was once mentored by Diddy, but their time together raised eyebrows. What seemed like career guidance turned into something far darker behind closed doors.
The result of being around that man, Sean Puffy Combs, I don't sleep to this day. I have a problem sleeping to this day. Like, yo, man, I'm here to work, man. I ain't sang in a week. I mean, I'm 13 years old, and I'm telling him, look, you're going to put me in the studio, man. You got Biggie Smalls in there. You got Craig Mack in there. I'm not here to party with you. I don't want to go to the clubs. Matter of fact, I'm too young to even be in here. Why you got me in clubs? We would fight. We would tussle.
Usher later admitted that Diddy exposed him to adult nightlife at just 13 years old. He revealed being taken to clubs and wild parties, experiences that left him deeply uncomfortable in hindsight.
Moved to New York City. and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you
New
over
York
to
City.
something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn some...
Flavor Camp?
Yeah,
Flavor
that's what it
Camp.
was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
In the 90s. Do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really. I
Come
mean,
on.
but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it. And it was but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
So nobody tried to, some woman didn't come along.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't necessarily understand it.
Uh-huh.
Biggie Smalls was there.
Biggie Smalls was there. Lil' Kim, Craig Mack.
All these people are hanging around.
Yeah, man. Faith Evans,
And your parents
Jodeci,
were
Mary J.
okay?
Blige. They didn't know nothing about this.
Oh.
I was having a good time. You know what I mean?
Does he have you doing any chores? Are you doing dishes at all? I mean, to keep you humble somewhat? Or are you just like, can you stay up till 4 a.m. with them and party?
I mean, I could. I actually stayed up longer than them.
And do you have money? What's going on?
I mean, I had like per diem. I had like,
What
like
a
a living.
life.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
14 years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy Camp?
Hell no.
See?
Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, confirmed the rumors, claiming Diddy's behavior toward Usher was widely known in the industry. He even alleged Usher ended up hospitalized after a violent encounter, a secret many tried to bury.
If you don't mind me asking, because I know the topic is sensitive, what happened to Usher?
I heard about some music executive from the industry back in Harlem. I heard it from some music executives back in Harlem. And I'm not going to speak on their name. They doing programs and everything like that, and they may be doing something. They may speak on it themselves. But I heard it from some music executives.
Where did you hear?
Bro, you know how people be talking, and we was around some people, something like that, and then some people might say, "Yo, I don't F with that dude." And at the time, I didn't even know who the F Usher was. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those type of situations. And when probably say, "Yo, man, I don't F with them niggas, man. I'm getting out that industry and everything like that." You know, Puff sent this little kid to the hospital. How he sent him to the hospital? Man, Nick was bleeding from the butt. And that's what was said. But I didn't even have a name for the kid at the time. Then you hear it, and that's what happened.
Trying to escape Diddy's influence, Usher allegedly introduced Justin Bieber to him. But that decision only brought Justin into the same dark environment Usher was trying to flee from.
Become friends in a strange way, you know?
Like Robin Big.
Yeah, it's like exactly.
I'm big and you're Robin.
Yeah. No, I mean, to a lot of us, he's like a little brother. You know what I'm saying? He's not afraid to call and ask for advice. He's somebody that, in the industry-wise, the record industry is a strong family, and he's somebody that, we definitely have our arms around, and we want to protect him because he's such genuinely a nice person besides his talent. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the greatest kids that you could ever know.
Justin, Diddy bought his son a Bentley. Maybe, he could buy you one also while you're
He
out.
got me a Lamborghini.
That's nice.
I haven't gotten it yet, though.
Yeah, I know. When is that coming, that Lamborghini? We talked about this last
He
time.
had the Lamborghini for a day or two, and he had access to the house, and he knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television.
Apparently not.
Some things, everything ain't for everybody.
What's up, man? You good?
I'm good. How are you?
All right, young brother, everything's good?
Everything's
Selling
great.
out arenas and everything? Starting to act different, huh?
No,
You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But you never really got my number, so.
Right, okay.
My number?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you my number.
Yeah.
It's 55.
Singer Jaguar Wright blasted Usher for not protecting Justin. She said Diddy gained access to Bieber only because of Usher, calling him a hypocrite for staying silent while someone else suffered.
But let him. Actually, someone made reference to the fact that Diddy trying to get at Bieber the way he was trying to get at Bieber was looking a little predatory. And then Usher came in and discovered it and managed him and got custody of him and promised to look after him. And then he sent him to the diddler. Does that sound like a good guy?
It's horrible. It's horrible.
Does that sound like a good guy? Now that we know what Diddy's really like, what kind of asshole do you gotta be to take another boy, another talented boy, and put him in your place so it ain't gotta be you no more? Because that's what pedophiles do. They get victims, and then once they get to a certain age and they get too old for them to enjoy them, they send them out to go get other young kids. Now, if Usher is a procurer, and if Usher knew what was gonna happen to any of those young children that he took to the Flavor Freak off, is he a good guy? Especially considering what happened to him, especially considering that he sat Howard Stern, and Howard Stern said, would you send your kids to Puffy's Flavor Camp? And his immediate response was, hell no! So it's good enough for everybody else's kids, but it's not good enough for yours.
Even Kanye West publicly called Diddy out, calling him fake hard, and saying the truth about him is much worse than anyone realizes. Many rappers now quietly admit they always knew what Diddy was really like.
I don't got no celebrity friends because when I was on TV, on Instagram saying, I don't know where my child is, and the Kardashians kidnapped my daughter in public, and I didn't have the address of my child, none of these that want to say something
Travis
now.
gave you the address, though, right?
Travis gave me the address.
Right.
But as far as Meek Mills, Puff Daddy, whoever, none of these niggas, all you fake hard you.
Wait,
hold on.
Okay.
All you fake hard niggas, you. You know what I'm saying? I don't give because you can't shoot nobody anyway. And the reason why you got to talk is because you did a deal, you fed. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got to come at me, because part of the deal for you to be able to do all that and get out of jail is that you promise that you're going to go pull my co-car. So y'all shut the fuck up about me. Now let me say it calm. You shut the fuck up about, you shut the fuck up about Michael.
Right.
I'm Michael now.
50 Cent exposed Diddy's alleged relationship with Meek Mill, claiming it was more than business. He even joked that Diddy once tried to take him shopping, implying deeper motives behind the scenes.
But you got close when he offered to take you shopping.
Yeah, you see, now Meek is in the same shirt. He's out there in the same shirt. This is not Photoshop. Stop it, man. You set that up. Look, obviously was not offended by what I was offended by. Guys may say to a girl, you know, like, let me take a shot. See?
Damn.
They found it that quick.
What do you think is happening in the middle?
I don't know what is going on there. Because it was like, he was like, yo, you hot now. Now we got to hang out now. Like, you know, like hang out.
Yeah.
He said, I don't know, maybe I'll take you shopping and I get you some flash and you can give me the hook. And I was looking and I was like, let me just move away from him because I'm gonna mess up the way. Certain things they let it go by because it's Puff. He wasn't like in the closet, he was like in the hallway.
All these years, you being the only one calling this out.
I look like I've been the crazy guy for a long
they
time.
They say you're a hater. They say you're crazy.
You do this, and now everybody's complaining. My ass hurting.
50 Cent revealed he's producing a Netflix documentary on Diddy, set for release in early 2026. He said the project keeps growing because new allegations appear almost daily, calling it a monster with too many arms.
One person who was always anti-Diddy and was always speaking about Diddy as a problematic person was 50 Cent. And it turns out that it's just been announced that he's created a docu-series on Netflix. I can't wait to see this. The other end of that, every person who has tried to speak out about this, who has tried to speak out about the industry, the type of people that are controlling the industry, the attacks that people face from the media if they try to speak out, is always the same. They're called crazy. And an example of one such individual who went through those sorts of attacks is the actor Orlando Brown. He was on Disney, and I remember everyone telling us that he was totally insane and deranged when he was saying a lot of things that at the time sounded crazy, particularly about Diddy. Take a listen.
The requirement is you gotta say no to Diddy. If it's new booty in the building, you know he gonna get it.
Don't take your girlfriend to a Diddy party.
You can take the but he won't you.
Diddy, to me, is the fall guy. We are still seeing a major effort to protect the big names, just like with Jeffrey Epstein.
You and Puff haven't liked each other business-wise for a long time.
Well, that's why. It's only business. It was really, away from that, I explained why I didn't hang out with him, right? Because it's fluffy stuff going
It's not your scene.
It's not my style.
Not your scene.
They hug you from the front and the back at the same time. I got uncomfortable with him because the way he was acting to try and get me to hang out with him was like, yo, I'll take you shopping. Like, and I'm like, what you mean? Like, that's something you say to a woman you're attracted to, maybe.
Right.
It's just weird, bro. Like, and now you start to see a lot of the weird stuff that was there. It looks like it all lines up, don't it? It was not in the closet. It was in front of you, and you wasn't seeing it because you see the beards. Or you see the girls. So you didn't look at them the way it actually is to a degree. And when I say people respond, how people respond to things matter, like the internet will take to it and just go off with it. Meek responds being the uncomfortability. He goes, yo, nah, I'll spend $100,000 to find out why my name is in this like this. And it's in it only because he's uncomfortable. You don't hear him talking about French. French was right there. Right? Why you get so quiet? You guys make me feel like I'm scared.
Well, I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot.
No, they see this. You see this. They see this.
They see it.
Singer Dawn Richard, a former member of Diddy Dirty Money, accused Diddy of threats and assault. She supported Cassie's case, saying she too witnessed his violent behavior toward women in his circle.
Singer Dawn Richard testifies that Sean Diddy Combs hit Cassie Ventura with a skillet full of eggs. Danity Kane alum Dawn Richard, who began working with Sean Diddy Combs while competing on his show Making the Band in 2004, took the stand after Cassie wrapped her testimony May 16th. Richard joined Combs' group Diddy Dirty Money after Danity Kane disbanded. While on the stand, she told jurors that she saw Combs hit Ventura with a skillet full of eggs at his Los Angeles home in 2009. Richard testified per NBC News. He came downstairs asking where his phone was, and he threw her to the ground. Richard added, I was scared for her. I was scared to do anything. Richard's testimony in Combs' ongoing trial comes 8 months after she accused the rapper in a lawsuit of subjecting her to years of inhumane working conditions, which included groping, assault, and false imprisonment. The lawsuit, filed in September, obtained by E! News, stated, Mr. Combs frequently held meetings with Ms. Richard wearing only his underwear, despite Ms. Richard's protests and repeated requests for him to put on clothing. In her filing, the 41-year-old also alleged that Combs ordered her to strip down to her underwear, made demeaning remarks about her body, and entered her dressing room unannounced while she was unclothed, and touched her without her permission under the guise of showing the stylist what to do.
Cassie's lawyer confirmed she finally feels safe now that Diddy's in prison. In her letter to the judge, she said she lived in constant fear, but his sentencing gave her a chance to breathe again, at least for now.
Cassie Ventura is moving forward. After Sean Diddy Combs was sentenced to 50 months in prison for 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution on October 3rd, his ex reacts to U.S. District Judge Aaron Subramanian's decision in a statement from her lawyers. The attorneys tell E! News, while nothing can undo the trauma caused by Combs, the sentence imposed today recognizes the impact of the serious offenses he committed. They add, we are confident that with the support of her family and friends, Ms. Ventura will continue healing, knowing that her bravery and fortitude have been an inspiration to so many. Ventura was in a relationship with Combs on and off from 2007 to 2018. In addition to his over 4 years in prison, Combs was handed 5 years of supervised release and a fine of $500,000. Ahead of his sentencing, Combs, who was acquitted on sex and racketeering charges during his federal trial, expressed remorse for, quote, all of the hurt and pain he caused others through his conduct in a letter to the judge. He wrote in the filing, obtained by NBC News October 2nd, I lost my way. I got lost in my journey, lost in the drugs and the excess.
Insiders claim another huge celebrity tied to Diddy's world is about to be exposed. This name, reportedly untouchable, could cause an even bigger industry shock when the truth comes out, and it's coming soon.